Hello everyone and welcome to my garden. If you're new here, my name is Mari and today I'm going to give you a little update on the building of our new garden space. We finally got some more work done on this back area over here. It's a work in progress, but we have finally filled our beds and have done some other exciting things too. We have planted a little hedge here on the side and made another garden space here in the back. We were gifted a tiller from York and we got a chance to use it and test it. Had never used the tiller before and they gifted us an electric tiller, so we needed an extension cord to use it, but it worked very well, better than we expected actually. It really helped us to get some more garden areas prepared. If you have been following for a while, you know that I've been dealing with very rocky soil here. We have just moved to this new location from New York City last year, so we wanted to build a garden space to be able to expand our garden and grow even more food than we were able to in the past 4 years. Our garden is on a slope. The area that's the sunniest in this property is on a slope. We have lots of mature trees all around, and we wanted to work this area here to be able to hold the fence a little bit better instead of just putting the poles down. Because the soil is rocky, we also had a hard time putting the poles in the soil, so we decided before doing the fence to just till this back area here to test out the tiller and to see how it worked. Again, it was our first time using it. My husband helped me out and we started with just this back area that I had tarped over the winter, so we didn't have grass, at least not a lot of grass alive here, which was really great and made the work a little bit easier because we did try to till in a grass area after, and I'll show that to you guys too. But in this area over here, it worked nice and we picked up so many rocks. There were so many rocks in this soil, and we want to use regenerative gardening practices in here. That was one of my main goals when we moved, and we were not sure if tilling would be a good option for us, but after planting the no dig beds in the front and seeing that didn't work out very well, I'll give you guys an update about that soon too. We decided that our initial till could be very beneficial, and also it would help us out a lot with just the build of the garden and being able to get this poles a little bit lower and things like that. So we started with the back here, which also then I decided to make a whole bed in the back that we'll see how I'm going to try to protect it. But it just felt like I had all this soil that looked nice and fluffy. I got excited, and we bought some bulk compost, so I thought that we might try to do something here too. I might fill this back area with wood chips or something just to try to keep, this garden more secure as well. But the tiller worked great. It was easy to use. My husband really liked it, and then we decided to till this area over here that now you'll see it's all planted. But yesterday when we worked on this, it was just grass going up to the fence. That area back there also didn't have the compost area. We did an initial till, as I said, first to test it out before showing it to you guys, and we liked it, so we went ahead and did it one more time. We found out that it was easier for us to use the tiller pushing it backwards, which we didn't really understand that or knew about that, honestly, when we did the back, because as I said, this is our first time using it. We learned after doing it once that it is a bit easier, at least was easier for us, to push it backwards. And then he said, my husband, that he had a lot more control doing that. We do have lots of rocks in our soil, so we were a little bit afraid of how things would work, but if you keep the tiller steady, you're still able to work out everything really well. This area did have grass on it, and I wanted to get it planted right away. I did some reading, and I read that it would be best to wait 1 to 2 weeks before you get the area planted. But because we were in a bit of a rush with my seedlings that were very root bound and not doing well in the seedling trays, I decided that I was going to take the risk and plant them anyway, because I was not sure if they're going to make it if I also kept them in the little seedling trays. So here we have some foxglove that I started a long time ago because I wanted to see if I could trick them into flowering. Foxglove is a biannual and it needs to go through vernalization, which is They need to be exposed to a certain period of time of cold in order to trigger flowering, and I wanted to have some flowers this year, so I started this way too early back in December. Had them inside in my grow lights and put them outside since February in seedling in cells, and let them stay here in the cold and sort of get the period they need. If they're going to flower or not this year, I don't know. I did leave them too long in the seedling cell trays, unfortunately, so we'll see what's happening. But I'm hoping that they can still at least get some roots established, and if we don't get flowers this year, we'll get flowers next year. But the reason why I wanted to do foxglove is because they're toxic to most mammals and animals, and I thought that if I did a hedge here, it would sort of discourage them to try to go and dig under our fence or get to the garden anyway. I also put some sweet peas along the fence. I actually planted those first. They started at the correct time, but I didn't have a place to put them because this garden took a lot longer for us to build than we expected. So they are a little bit overgrown, and I'm not sure if they're going to make it or not. But again, that's an experiment, and I'd rather plant them than just let them die in the seedling cell trays. So we'll see what happens. Those are supposed to climb on the fence, and they're also toxic. So I hope that they'll keep the animals out of the garden. And in the middle here, I had some space, and I just added some snapdragons that I also had extra, and I read that the groundhogs don't really like to eat snapdragons, so we'll see. They're not toxic, they're actually edible to humans. The flowers are edible. We'll do a test here and see if all the other critters will want to eat them. But I had a little bit of extra of them. I also overseeded, so it's okay for me to just do an experiment and grow them here. Those are a mix, and they will add a beautiful variety of color if they do grow and get tall and spiky. The foxgloves are all white, and we're not sure if they're going to flower this year or not, but I put them mostly in the front to kind of deter the animals a bit more. I'm considering doing maybe some herbs or something else with strong smells in front of here too. We could still till another tier, but I want to see how this is going to do first, because I never really planted in recently tilled area with tons of grass and all of that. This is the first year doing this. We're learning. We're moving out from the city, living in an apartment to finally have some more space in a backyard. So this is going to be a learning year in general for us. We are also having a lot of rain. It is starting to rain right now. I hope that helps this the soil settle here a bit, and also helps this newly planted flowers to get established. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas for me that I could add to this hedge here to try to keep the wildlife away from our garden, I would greatly appreciate it. So please let me know in the comment section down below what you use in your garden to plant outside of the fence, if you ever tried to do something like this as well. I'm also still debating what I am going to plant right here in the back. So if you have experience with groundhogs or lots of wildlife visiting your garden, if there is a vegetable crop that you recommend, I would appreciate. I love eating, cooking with our homegrown veggies, so let me know. I was thinking about okra. If you guys have any experience with okra, I would love to hear about it. I also have some extra tomatoes that I could put here and try to protect it. We'll see. We'll see how this all develops, but I'm definitely not planting any brassicas because they're eating all of the brassicas on my green stalks. They definitely favor that. And I'm going to give an update about the rest of this garden really soon. I still need to plant these beds and finish up the fence. If you'd like to check out the tiller that we have used, it's an electric tiller. I'll leave the link in the description box down below too. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.